And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by those guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. It is Wednesday night with those guys, and as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those
Those guys.
guys. And it is where we talk about everything in the drone world and we promote the usage of drones. And I hope everyone has been able to get out and fly if the weather's been good where you are. And I hope you have been able to get out and exercise your wings for the new year and got your first flight in for the year. How's the weather where you are? And I hope, like I said, you've been able to get out and fly. It is a new year and happy new year to everyone out there in the drone world. What's going on, Dream? What's going
What's
on,
up,
Lance?
man? Nothing, not a whole lot. It's another week. It's another year. This is our Happy New Year live stream.
Yeah, it's the first of the
Happy
year.
New Year to everyone.
It's the first one of the year.
Paul, Wedgin Big, wasn't feeling too well. Glad he's feeling better. Let's
Hey,
see. The East
what's good,
Coast
man?
Drills was here earlier. Drone Shots, Russell Glarham. Yellow Rose was here. SJM, John Olson is in the chat. Waypoint, we have Wedge and Big just got here. What's up, Corey? How are you? Happy New Year to you.
Corey,
Waypoint, New England. Happy New Year, everyone.
yes, happy New Year, everyone. So what's going on, Lawrence? What's going on with you? Other than
Not a whole lot. I got a new
hustle and
toy. I'm
bustle.
waiting for a camera to come so I
Oh,
can play around, get it to work.
oh, you got a new toy.
Yes, yes, yes. Hold on, hold on. It's actually right here. I don't know why I didn't have it ready, but this little thing right here.
Oh, I
Pavo
see.
Pico. You can barely see it, but there you go. There it is right there.
Yeah,
Pavo Pico.
yeah.
I'm stepping into the world
What
of
does it look like?
whoops and tiny whoops only because of work.
What is it supposed to look like?
I'll show you. Actually, hold on. I may have to
Hmm.
turn the camera effect, the background off so you can see it, but hold on. Give me a second.
Well,
It fits in the palm of my hand, and like I told you, because of work, we need something that we can fly indoors confidently. This is it without this is
uh-huh,
it right here without the
gotcha.
DJI O3 unit.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so all I can say is I've entered the world of whoops. It's a tiny whoop. And once I get the air unit, which should be here, I just got the tracking number
Mm-hmm.
minutes before the stream, should be here within 2 days. I'm hoping three tops.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. What's up with you?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know how to fly this thing?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I started with a little drone like this, a little
Okay.
$40 drone
You
like
have a
this.
controller for it, right?
Huh? The
You got a
controller. Oh, this is my radio. This is
all right.
Crossfire
All
ready.
right. No problem.
All I have to do is plug and play. There's no soldering, so I can't fuck anything up.
Okay.
There's no soldering. I put the air unit on top.
Uh-huh.
Here's the frame for it that fits on top
I got
that
you.
holds the air unit like that.
I got you.
And that's it. We can fly. Like I said, I got it for work.
Okay, because I got something for that.
What do you mean?
No, I have something for you to use that with.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the objective. It actually comes with one battery. Now, see, what makes this drone incredible is
Mhm,
it's a tiny whoop.
mhm,
It's
mhm,
DJI O3 air unit, and it comes in ELSR um transmission or crossfire. And
mhm.
for the price, you can't beat it. All you have to do is pay for your air unit, your VTX. It's basically cheap, hundred and something dollars for it, but you have to install the air unit, which is plug
Really?
and play. And you have to know a little bit about beta flight. But
Really?
I'll be able to fly this thing in the house, indoors. I brought it basically for indoors, but you can fly her
Well,
outdoors.
well, my
Up,
question for you is this.
yeah.
You remember the question we were talking about, like how the tello, I told you, once it gets to like a certain place, you can't see what the hell is it's doing. So
Oh,
or you,
reception wise,
yeah.
I have that problem solved. And it's funny you mentioned that because I actually saw a review, and because of that review, I made this adjustment.
Big man, Happy New
Um,
Year, man.
this is the antenna that comes on it. I'm trying to put it so you can see. Right
Mm-hmm.
there, do you see the little blue antenna right there?
What do you
That's
say?
the crossfire antenna. The guy took that came from the factory. They took that antenna off of this receiver and he put a larger crossfire antenna. So that'll resolve that question. That'll resolve that issue. Much larger antenna. I should be able to fly a place like Rockaway
No, that's not
inside
what I'm
with no
worried about.
problem.
What I'm worried about is like inside of a building. So like in a place, not every place has sheetrock walls.
Yeah, I know. Concrete.
You got
Yeah.
some places have
Um, from what
plaster
I've seen,
plaster walls. Some places have concrete wall.
honestly, um, this and larger drones, slightly larger, don't
Yeah.
have a problem anymore with the DJI system, which is what I'm going to be running. The
Mm-hmm.
transmission system for the DJI Avata
Mm-hmm.
is pretty good. So close, unless the wall's aligned with lead, we should be okay.
Okay.
I could fly this. Remember we did the fly through on Rockaway? I
Mm-hmm.
could fly this there now, even though they have walls and ceiling up from the same spot. I should have no problem.
Gotcha.
I have confidence in the technology. I believe in the tech. But anyway, what's up with you? How's everyone out there in the chat? Big Matt, what's good?
Oh,
Big
nothing
Matt
much.
did he get his new toy yet? Happy New Year, Big
It's
Matt.
good, Bill.
Big Matt told us he's getting a new toy to fly.
Yeah, I know the what was that? He got a good deal on an Inspire 2.
Yes, yes. He said he got a great deal on an Inspire 2, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to see it because I haven't seen anything bigger than the M30 from DJI in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So to see an Inspire is actually, still impressive to me. M
Yeah,
Drone, what's up, Mark Fisher?
I
How
remember
are
the
you?
first time. What's up, Mark? I remember the first time I saw the Inspire 2.
It's on its way.
I thought the Phantom 4
Mm-hmm.
and the Phantom 4 Pro was it.
Mm-hmm. So you saw the Inspire.
Because I was going from like the 3 to the 4 Pro, and I went out to Calvert, and I'm like, I'm walking towards the airfield. Like,
In answer to John
and I'm like,
Olson's
what
question,
the
he
hell
says,
is
can you
that?
fly in the New York City sewers? Not that drone, but the Helios 2 or the Helios 3 can.
And the who? What? Why would
He
you
was
want?
asking, with that little drone, can you fly in New York City sewers? And I was saying, probably not.
Why he
But the
working down
Helios
there?
2 or the Helios 3 can.
Why is he working down there?
No, no, no. I'm sure he's just asking a question.
Because I wouldn't fly nothing down there.
Mark said he had the Inspire 2 and the Inspire 2, he had two Inspire 1 Pros. Does that
You
count?
know, it's funny that Mark is here because last week he had mentioned something to the fact of that he was trying to sell was it Mavic 3 standard,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
I was doing some fumbling around, and DJI happens to have a DJI official refurbished list where you can get up to 20% of savings on a drone that's refurbished. And believe me, if you looking to save a little bit of money and you want a drone, I mean, these refurbished drones are pretty much the same as buying a brand new one. You're getting it in the same packaging and everything. You're getting all of the stuff that comes with it,
Yep.
and DJI, you're still eligible for carry fresh on it.
Well, see, it's funny you mention that because anything that DJI repairs,
Was
including
eligible.
your drone that you send back to them,
Mhm.
re-qualifies for care refresh.
Yeah, a lot of people that know that.
And they've always done that. So if you had a drone repaired by them and you had care refresh or you used your care refresh, they start the care refresh system over from scratch. Am I correct, Herman?
Well, no, what happens is if you have a drone, right, and say it doesn't have care refresh on it anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and you've gotten the drone repaired by
It
DJI,
qualifies for care
it's
refresh.
eligible for care refresh now.
Okay, okay. I worded it wrong then.
Unless they've stopped that because it was something that they were doing, and I noticed that because I had a drone that was out of care refresh, and I noticed that I was eligible for it, and I'll put
You know,
that in.
some of these prices are pretty decent. What did you say? It's 20% off?
Yeah, about 20
Think
percent.
about this, 20% covers the tax.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Plus,
give or take a dollar or two.
that's what they've taken off of the price, of the
Mm-hmm.
drone. So when you order it straight from DJ, I don't believe that there is tax that they hit you with sales tax on it.
Right. I'm looking at this right now, the DJI Mini 3 Fly More combo for 639. Someone hit me up tonight and told me they just purchased the 3 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
They even have a refurbished Air 2S for $679. Wow, that's not bad. If you buy a $200 radio, how much is the RC
Well,
radio? It's
this is taking into the consideration that you already have
a radio.
a radio in your drone. You never had care refresh or something like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just want to
yeah.
get a drone back to fly.
And here's all
Or if you
reliable.
want to get a drone to fly, here's something that's a whole kit. You know what I'm saying to
Right,
you?
right.
The
But
whole
here's
combo.
all reliable, the Mini 2. $300. $300. The old lady's
You
still
said,
hanging in
oh,
there.
you said, oh, reliable. You still,
But all of this stuff is refurbished. I'll put the link here and you
and
guys
like
can
I
check
said,
it
a
out.
refurbished drone with DJI is basically a brand new drone because they're not taking drones that
Hey, Merrill,
they're not taking drones that will bust it up and like
let me
fix
explain to you my
fix
very
it here,
first.
fix it there. Honestly, the refurbished drone is no different than what you get back in the queue.
I get
That
it. Why doesn't
when
this link go?
when you get what happened?
The link is not working
Oh, I don't know.
for some reason.
The link to who?
To this DJI page. Hold on, let me click off of it
Oh,
and try it again. I was trying to copy it so I could post it so these guys could see
oh.
itself. Hold on a second.
Because I see
Paste.
a link that you posted in the
Yeah, but
chat.
you touch it and you click on it and it doesn't do anything. You can't go to that page of refurbished stuff.
Ah,
Oh, well, just go to DJI. All of it, you know where to go. Oh, see, Bill says it worked for him. So maybe they're screwing up on this end because I still see the http://NQZW whatever. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for letting me know. But I mean, they have a few drones in there that
yeah, even the good old Mavic 3.
thanks. They say
If
the link
you
works. Okay, good.
even the good old Mavic 3 is on that, I believe.
Happy New Year,
I know there's
Steve.
a few Mavic 3 Pros in there.
A few Mavic 3 Pros. Mavic 3
What's
Pros,
going on,
the
Stevie?
classic,
Happy New Year.
the Mavic 3 Pro, both versions with and without the Fly More bundle, the
Uh,
classic with the RC
oh,
controller. I
oh,
brought my classic with the old N1 controller because I knew I was going to spend the 200 and get the RC.
oh.
And now I use the RC as a backup for my RC Pro.
You bought the N1. You bought it with the N1. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the cheaper route. Yeah,
Yes, yeah, yeah. It was more cost effective.
right.
And
Because
so
you didn't
now I
get the
have
radio.
an N1 controller that I could use to hold up a window or something. And
I have a couple. I can open up a few windows if they weren't staying up. The spring was messed up.
yeah.
I could probably hold up just about every window in this room.
Agreed. Hey, Brooklyn Jimmy, how are you? Happy New Year. Stevie says, we made it to 2024. We are all blessed. Don't take today for granted.
Oh,
100%
you're
agree.
absolutely right.
100% agree. Yo, you guys,
What's
I need
going
to
on, man?
refresh this window
Why? What happened?
because
What?
I only see, I don't
What?
get it in real time, the likes and stuff.
Oh, that's because you may not have hit the like button.
I do that before I even come in here.
Oh, okay.
Automatic.
No, it's been doing that lately. I don't know
Oh,
why.
hey,
For
how are you, Thomas Baker? Happy New Year's to you and your family. Welcome to
Hey,
Wednesday
Thomas,
night
what's
with
going
those
on?
guys.
It does that. Copper State.
Yeah, I know. Copper State, how are you? Happy New Year. How's everyone's New Year? If you got a chance to fly, I got in a first flight of the year. It wasn't really a flight, it was just
Mhm.
flying. I was flying with no mission, no objective. I was just trying to get a flight in real quick for the
Well,
New
sometimes
Year's.
that's all you need.
Right, right. I need care refresh for me. I still move around the city at night. Stop
They
it. Stop
they
it.
have that. They have that. They call it life insurance.
See, I can't even hit the button. Hold on. You can hear that in the background. Hey, Angie, Happy New Year to you as well.
Hey, Jay.
Hope everyone's doing fine. I hope everyone brought in the new year the way they wanted to. And if not, you still got time. It's still early.
And then if you compound that with medical insurance,
Oh, you still answer it. You still with TV with on Stevie.
yeah, the medical insurance will take care of you, patch you up.
Yeah, that's true. But what's up with you, man? What's going on? How did you bring in the new year? Merrill
Ah,
says he caught the fireworks.
what happened?
Oh, go ahead. Merrill said Fly Guy Merrill from
Well,
Philly says he caught the fireworks.
after
What,
the
what
little filming of this and a little of that, I was here and I had this bottle of champagne here, and
okay.
that's how you asked me how to bring in the new year,
Question Copper
right?
State has. Copper
No,
State has.
yeah,
Question, can you upload aftermarket apps to the DJI RC and the RC Pro?
the
Good
RC
question.
Pro, the RC Pro, yes, you can upload,
Third party apps.
third party apps. So if
Yes.
you wanted to do mapping and stuff like that with that, you can download those apps that you need.
In
If you
fact, like I did that in answer to that question with the RC Pro. Remember we were
Lychee
playing
and
around
stuff
with
like that,
SkyGrid? Remember we
yeah,
were playing around with the 3D mapping SkyGrid? The
Skybrows.
the map sky oh the sky browse. SkyGrid is something else, sorry. When you do a lot of drone news, everything with the word sky is related to something.
Uh-oh. Beep, beep, Big Brother's watching. Beep, beep.
Yeah, right. But Sky Browse,
Mm-hmm,
that it's a mapping program that uses video.
mm-hmm,
I was able to download that and install it on my RC Pro. Yeah, exactly. Maps made easy. You can
mm-hmm,
download also.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I even downloaded that to the RC Pro to play around with it and things.
You can download them.
But check this out if you want to play around. I don't know about Maps Made Easy. I know that their smallest package is like $30, $40 a month, so you could use the program. But
Mm-hmm.
Skybrowse, excuse me, periodically has free
Well, they actually have a free 2D version.
yes, a free two-dimensional version. And you can download it. It works with certain drones. I know it works with the Air 2S. I do not know if it works with the Mavic 3 yet, but it does work with the Air 2S and other drones in that
Never
class.
going to work with the Mavic 3.
Huh?
It's never going to work with the Mavic 3.
But if you have an Air 2S, it works with the Mini 3 Pro, not the Mini 4. Um, while we go through the stream, I will actually go to Skybrowse because I have an account
Do
still with
that.
them.
The Mavic 3 will never
I'm
do
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure of it.
never, never, never. You have the enterprise version.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
And that's why they deliberately saved the mechanical shutter for that. Yeah, Lawrence. So going right along.
Yeah,
DJI, a little bit back, back a week or so ago, said, there was some stuff released that DJI was supposedly discoing or suspending the support for about five drones this or five, yeah, well not drones, but five products this year. And
yeah.
some of them I remember from back. Um, because I thought it was when I used to be up in Manhattan all the time, and I used to live at the DJI store.
Right.
Matter of fact, I used to find parking outside the DJI store, and DJI. What video is this?
I was listening to you through that. That was the oh, wrong story. My bad.
you like the guys? You like the guys
My
on the
bad.
cruise?
See, I did it
Yeah,
to them.
yeah. No, but
Hey, Gary.
I used to hang out at the DJI store and check out some of the products that they had over there. And I remember seeing that they had the M600, which they supposedly is one of the drones that they're talking about and then the support on. This is going back to 16.
Yeah,
That was used to be huge in the store, and it used to sit
I
up there.
know it was their largest drone. I do
Yeah,
remember.
and then I remember back when they had after a while they came out with parachutes for drones, and that one used to sit in the store with a parachute on top of it.
Uh-huh.
A
Yep.
big, it looked like a big I don't even know what you want to call it, like a big cup that was on the top of that piece in
If you
between
took
the center,
it looked like an oversized Pringle cup
like
on
a
top of
big
the drone. I
cup,
remember the parachute unit you're talking about.
big old white cup that they had on top of it with a
Mm-hmm.
cover on it. Yeah, well, that drone had what, like six batteries or something like that?
Yeah, it did. Yes, it does. Yes, she
Woo!
does. And you can turn on any one of the batteries and it'll turn on the rest. It
That
better. Could you
drone
imagine walking around this thing pressing the button 6 times?
was huge.
Yeah.
So now they're also supposedly discoing the was that the DRTK system.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wow. That the disco and that was what I guess little RTK unit for
For
mapping.
mapping, for setting up ground points.
It's interesting that I mean, I guess no one was using the product because
I
a lot
don't think that was it, honestly.
well,
Maybe not here in the States because I'm sure they made enough money. I honestly believe,
mhm,
and according to the article, the technology
mhm,
has
mhm.
advanced.
True, but if you were making money on the system you build on the platform.
True.
And I
That's
and I
true
and like
too.
how the DJI drones integrate with everybody else's system
Hmm.
so well, I guess that I got there's really no need for it.
Yeah, I'm
I don't even
thinking,
know what the price was on this thing at the time, but the equipment is pretty costly for doing this.
yeah, yeah. Even here in the United States, the ground station, the control, what are control points? What
Mhm.
is the terminology for
What for
Draymond?
this type of system when they're using
Yes.
mapping, you're talking about ground control points?
Yes, they are control
Okay.
points. Okay. I just just wasn't sure as to that. But even here in the United States, the control points are, to buy a control point station, Draymond will tell you, they're not cheap.
These systems here to get a what are you talking about? What to get that whole tri-stand that you
Yeah,
need
yeah, yeah. Those systems are
the
expensive as
rover and
hell.
all of it. Um, it is, but
Hey, John.
it is, but it's kind of for for you to run out and buy something like that would be a waste of
Hey,
money.
Angel.
If you're not
I would
working
buy it.
if you're not working with the licensed surveyor or you're not a licensed surveyor,
Hmm.
you really can't even get away with it here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
You know,
definitely true.
you can do personal work for the construction company itself,
Hmm.
but you're not doing survey quality work.
Right.
So to run out and buy that kind of equipment, I mean, unless you can and you can get the top dollar for it, you can get money for it, then
If we, I'm sure if we needed to go out and acquire that for a job large enough, we would go out and acquire it. Wouldn't you agree?
no, because like I said, if I'm not working with a licensed surveyor,
Okay, I got you. Okay.
then to run out and spend that kind of money on that equipment for one job, and then I have that equipment sitting here,
Yeah,
knowing
that
that I
makes sense.
that quality
That
of
does make more
work
sense.
I can't sell as survey grade of quality survey. So I can't call myself a surveyor just to give them drone, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Do
yeah,
drone
yeah. I
do the
got you.
maps. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can do
Yeah,
that. I can give them those things and not say that I'm a surveyor.
true. I get it. But this next thing that they're continuing, in the
Yeah.
list of
The
continuations,
snail. Now the snail probably snuck by a lot of people and it's
a
been
lot of
around.
FPV people,
It's been around a little bit, and I knew about the snail. And this is what I've always said to you, Lars. I said, you know,
6 years.
it made no sense to me that DJI put out all these products and never came out with the frame. They never decided let's build on that. But
Right.
with the snail, where that they had now, you remember they had the snail, which was what propeller motors
They were motors, they were
yeah,
FPV motors
yeah,
and the ESC system
right. So why I always ask
and
why
props.
why they never built on that. What they came out with was what the air unit with
Hmm.
the camera system, right? You
Hold
had
on. I just saw something. This
what?
might have been early generation. Hold on. I want to see this view right
Mm-hmm.
here. This looks like an early generation DJI. Keep in mind, this system was out 6 years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
DJI, this camera looks like today's modern day camera, Herman. I'm just saying. But the snail system was composed of an ESC, the
Yeah,
props, and the motors,
yeah.
correct?
They just
Propulsion system.
right. They just go in it.
Think about it. They have the VTX. The only thing that they did not come out with, well, they did recently with the DJI FPV, was a flight controller that you could build on.
Mm-hmm. And they're discontinuing the Matrice.
Support for this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. No support for that. No more. Bye bye.
That's interesting. And
That's
this slipped past
all.
people 6 years ago
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. What was that? 14?
in
No, 17. 17.
2017. Okay.
Yeah,
But
17.
DJI, and you know what? I feel stupid because I was always saying,
Right.
here you go, Herman. Right here. I froze the frame here. 4S 30 amp. This is DJI proprietary
Where?
ESC module
Where?
for soldering the motors to.
Where?
Right here. It's still not on screen.
No.
Damn it. Figure. Hold on. Go back. I thought it was on screen. I was showing you, and here it is. I froze it right here. Remember I was telling you? This was the
Okay.
ESC they came out with for the snail motors,
Yeah.
DJI 6 years ago, running on 4S, a 30 amp, and it was proprietary. As you can
Hmm.
see, DJI name right here.
Right.
And like you said, with the flight controller that they have in the potato or the piece of shit, as some people
Well,
call it,
anything else you want to do, you
they
can.
all they had to do is put this on a carbon fiber frame. Here you go, 4S 30 amp DJI Propulsion Labs.
Hmm.
And this apparently didn't do too well.
I don't know if it did well. It probably did
Here in
well
the States,
overseas.
yeah, we got to say here in the States because apparently it's sold in outside of the United States.
Hmm.
But this is one more thing they're discontinuing.
Yeah, that, and I noticed that they were discontinuing the Matrice 200 series.
Yeah.
Now, this has been an old reliable since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2019, right? This should be there. There it is.
So the Matrice series at the end of when? When is this? At the end of 2024.
Well, no, February 24, I believe is the date that
Oh
they have.
shit. So early 24.
Yeah,
Okay.
that-
So
that's what
if
I
you own a
believe.
Matrice, you might want to, what do you
The
think about it?
200
All of these
series.
machines have been replaced, Herman.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
You
people are
know,
still buying them. They wouldn't be out there if people weren't buying them.
well, you
They
could,
carried the same payload system as the Inspire from the M4 up.
yeah, but if you look at what they're doing now with the even with the M30 fixed camera, and you're looking at what's going on now with the cameras that they have for the 300 series.
Right.
No,
Hey, Scott.
no, 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 nope, 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 nope. It's good, but no.
Yeah. Well, tech like DJI
I mean,
said,
things
technology has changed.
it's
And
it's they want, you know, and we'll talk about this later on because you know the technology. You talk about the technology, but so these things and how they we. And I mentioned to you last week about image quality has improved.
yes,
Image
yes.
quality.
We missed a drop in the shot 2 minutes ago.
Oh, well, why didn't you say something?
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well,
When did that
any,
ever stop me, right?
yeah, any other time.
Real quick, Jackrabbit asks, how do I like my O3? I have an O3 unit in this right here. This
Mhm.
one right, this bird right here, AOS. Now that I've, in answer to your question, Scott, now that I've learned how to tune the camera, Herman, and this goes out to people who are buying this air unit and
Uh-huh.
putting it in their machine, which by the way, um, Shooter FPV built this for me because I didn't want to F it up. But I'm being honest. It works good, but you have to learn how it works. The DJI Air unit works best if you put the camera in manual and adjust it for that time, that setting. In other words, if you're flying on a cloudy day, go into your settings in your goggle and adjust it so you can see like that. And that seems to work better, I'm finding. And also find out what speed your drone travels at before it starts getting vibration because that camera is very freaking fragile. You have
Mhm.
to soft mount it. And you guys know, you see the videos out there, but I like it a lot. I like it.
Mhm.
I like it.
I hear you.
And here's something weird.
What's weird?
DJI O3 unit has electronic image stabilization. They call it EIS. They call it rock steady.
Mhm.
My video looks better with it turned off.
Really?
Then you take the data and you run it through GyroFlow.
You mean
And
your
yeah,
flying is that herky jerky? That
when you put the image stabilization on, it adds more vibration. Seriously.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what happened. They said New York won't be the same without the bum. Did
What
Paulie leave New York? What? I don't know. The
else?
drone bum, Paul, right?
Which bum we talking about, Paul
Yeah,
or
Scott, which one are we talking about?
or
Hey,
the
Jim's
mayor?
droning. Happy New Year, bro.
Hey, Jim Shona, what's going on? Happy New Year. We talking about the mayor or we talking about?
Yeah, right. We're talking about the mayor. That's only bum Herman and I know.
Those are the only two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when you say bum, we think of the mayor of New York. Click that
Um,
like button, guys.
what was
But
that?
getting back
Mayor,
to
Mayor Bullfrog.
discontinuing, they are also
Um,
discontinuing.
Lawrence, weren't you supposed to get your dropping the shot in?
Yeah, we were
Let's get
supposed to,
let's
but
get it. We go right back to
we were
this.
supposed to do it, but you can't hear it.
No, I got it right here. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by those
Those
guys.
guys. Salute.
Hmm. Here we go.
Hey,
Now,
I'm a pirate,
wait,
Herman. I got a
also
cross. I got a cross on the glass. I'm a pirate today.
look at you.
Ooh, let me stop. Hey, Flying Flynn, how are you? Happy New Year.
Flying Flynn, what's good, man? Happy New Year.
Oh,
So,
and
Lawrence,
Stevie just answered. Paulie, aka Drone Bum, is moving to North Carolina. Poor North Carolina.
what? What?
I feel for you guys in North Carolina.
Do you know what the problem is going to be when they stop seeing your drone flying around over there at what's that over there at what's the place over there in Long Island, the psychiatric center,
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim?
At Pilgrim, they're not going to know how to act.
They're going to lose their mind.
They'll probably have a parade.
See, Lawrence, that's what you were supposed to come in with
I know with the, yeah, I
because
have
when
it,
they
but
stop,
it's low.
when they stop seeing his drone over there, they're gonna lose their mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations,
But
Paulie,
yeah,
to you and your new
congratulations,
ventures.
man.
Seriously. Sorry we didn't get a chance to fly before you left.
When is he leaving?
When is he leaving, Stevie? He can no longer do the sunrise live stream because somebody already has that time zone. Oh shit. That's true. Well, maybe he'll co-host. Who knows? Thanks
Well,
for the red, white, and blue Speedos.
who? What?
I
Huh?
don't want to know. I don't want to know. Let's go
Never
into this
mind.
next. Let's
Never
go into
mind. The Matrice 100 series also, and I thought that this would have been one of the first to
to
go.
go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
because because I didn't
Go
think
ahead.
I didn't think too many people was really on it.
The Matrice
Yeah,
100.
I could be
I
wrong.
don't know a bunch of people that brought it either. And that's what's scary about it.
And what do I
I've
know? I
seen it
mean, I
in the
could be
stores.
wrong.
I've seen it in the stores. I've
Yeah,
I've I've seen it fly in a park, but I don't know many people who had it. Seriously. Wait a minute, where is she? Right here. There she go.
that's it.
Seriously. And I wish they had, well, DJI, of course, did approve on this model by making
Well,
something small.
I think there was things that you could do with it that you couldn't do with the other drones, like as far as
It
program,
was their early generation thermals drone.
programming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing
yeah, but
with this drone.
I never thought, like I said, I don't know. I've seen them. I haven't seen them. Only in passing. I've seen them, Herman.
No,
Honestly,
they
only
had
in passing.
they had it at the DJI store.
Yeah, yeah, but you looked at it. LOL, John started it. Oh, okay.
What happened?
I thought they were. I don't know. Sometimes it's these chats, they they
Oh, what
they
the
go in one direction while we're in another direction. So we just have to
what?
stay focused.
Oh, what were they talking about? The bikini draws that they someone.
Listen, all I saw was thanks for the red, white, and blue Speedos, and I didn't look at the chat anymore.
Uh,
The less I know, the better.
that's funny. That's
You
funny.
have
That's
94 days to break in a Speedo.
uh-oh.
Okay. For the South Florida drone meetup.
Wow. Talking about that,
What's that? What's up?
I gotta get in touch with my travel agent.
Charlie's taking over. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we do. We do. Those guys will be there at the South Florida drone meetup, God willing. My
Even
thing is, I don't know
even
whether I'm just
Lawrence
gonna
has
bring
got a
all
card.
FPV or
Uh,
my cam or all camera drone because that bullshit they put me through at the airport took out all my batteries. I had them neatly packed and everything. Took all my shit out and said, "Okay, put it back in the bag. You can go."
you know what
I
you're
did
supposed
not
to do?
appreciate that, Herman.
Here's what you do. Next time you go, just dump it all out.
Yeah, right. You know, they take the bomb sniffing because they're lipos. They take the bomb sniffing chemical machine and they run it over each and every battery,
Hmm.
you know, and then I thought she was going to put them back in the way she took them out. She just took it out, threw it on the table, searched the next one, threw it on the table. I'm like, yo, and you can't say nothing to these people either.
I
Or else
wouldn't
Herman
say
would have looked back and said, hey, Lawrence is getting tased over there by
I wouldn't
TSA.
say I wouldn't say nothing either if one of the batteries gets compromised when they throw them down.
Listen, that should start smoking and walking away. I can see now a night on World News. You've seen
Oh,
this man.
I'm definitely walking away. We're going to get on the plane and leave your ass right there when
See,
they dive on your back. I'm like,
when they tackle me, right?
let me see how is was it Judas? Yeah, I don't know him. I,
Okay. All right. I see how we get down now. I get attacked. The battery gets compromised at the airport. Herman's acting like he don't fucking know me. But keep in mind, they're gonna rewind that video and see you walking in with me. They'll catch you when you get off the plane in Florida.
I'm like, God, I don't know him. That's the third time I told you that.
Here we go. On to the next story. On to the next one. Come on. You guys don't
uh,
encourage them.
no, but oh wow, here we are. Woo. Well, you know what, Lawrence? I was checking this out and I said like, oh wow, because DJI announced the end of supposedly the end of when there was a thing going on in China. And I seen there was article about how China there was a but DJI was ending the no longer can get the Tello and the RoboMaster.
Hmm.
And so they say it's not yet on North American sites, but there was a notice that said something of the
This is it here. Keep going. I'm
yeah
putting it up
the
now.
fact that what was it? I believe it said something about it's not yeah
Educational applications will be terminated pretty much.
yeah and
Dear users, Tello EDU, RoboMaster EP, AI Artificial Intelligence Suite,
mhm,
DGI Educational Platform,
uh,
and
uh,
AI
uh, uh,
scenario-based
all of that.
education solutions will officially stop selling on December 31st, 2023.
So is that are they shutting down the educational uh
Yes.
department? Like what is that? No more of the STEM program. You're talking about the
Well,
thing.
this is suspension of sale.
Well, sale, yeah, but you're talking about those products. Even though the RoboMaster didn't do well here, I have Facebook friends over in China that
Right. And it did very well.
that have numerous depictions of the RoboMaster um on
Right,
their
battles and everything, right?
yeah, they have competitions with these things. The Tello, you're talking about the Tello, that disco and even the Tello works.
Yeah. Yeah, which is used in a lot of STEM programs here in the
Hmm.
United States, FYI.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean a lot of STEM programs use the Tello. A lot of these guys here in the United States and in these drone groups use the Tello in STEM programs to get the schools interested in STEM programs.
Yeah,
So
because because it can be used for coding. They can program it to do things.
yes, yes,
Just
yes.
like I believe with the RoboMaster.
Exactly it. And that's what made it so popular in Asia. The fact you could buy this thing, and they originally created it with a little water gun or a laser targeting system that when you hit the drone was supposed to be disabled. But it was the whole idea of teaching you how to program it to do these things,
Hmm. That's
So
why the drone had it. Well, I wouldn't call it a drone, but that's why it had to be built.
yes, yes.
That was part of the whole concept of the ownership of this thing, the build of it, putting it together, and it actually working to do what you wanted it to do.
Right, right, right. So long to that program. I hope that people have acquired enough of these systems here in the United States to keep teaching STEM. Maybe they plan on, well, they did say they're going to focus more on AI, correct?
Right? Yeah, but
Hey, Frank Rizzo,
but how do these things not incorporate? That's what I say.
good
You're
question.
talking about like the Tello, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talk about AI and stuff like that. Well, the Tello was able to help the visually impaired play badminton, you know.
Yeah,
So with that, you talking about them an AI now focusing on AI, you know, the Tello being discontinued, you know.
yeah. It's funny you say that Badman because I had no idea that they
Yeah,
were doing things like this. With you take a
the
tello drone
Tello
in a cage, you build it, and you play badminton with it.
badminton, yeah. See
There's
what happens
the
is
racket.
the racket has the sensors in it, and you'll see if you watch the video the sensors in the racket as well as what's it can well it's designed to control the direction of the drone.
Right,
So if you're not hitting it in the right direction, it's not going to go in the
right.
right
If you hit it
direction.
towards the ground, it's going to go to the ground.
Right. So it knows if you swung at it properly, even though it's not an actual racket to hit it with, it senses the direction.
Here's the part. If you hit it down to the ground, it's a matter of the angle. So they actually took rackets, of course, and
Right.
figured it out. But if you aim it at the ground, it's going to go
It's
down
a,
to the
it's a
ground. If you aim
prototype.
it in the air, it's going to go in the air.
It's showing you prototypes of it and how it was built. I was
Yeah, if you want to
checking
see the
this out.
video in more detail, I can put the link in the chat. But it's let me go to the end because these guys actually play from one it they go into detail
Right
showing
there,
how it's
show
built
detail.
and different swing motions that you have to use. So if you swing right here down, the drone will go to the ground, and of course you lose a point. If you swing at an arch in the air, the drone will act as if it's going up over a net, but as if you're playing badminton or tomato, however you pronounce it. This is the shot right here. He just swung over it. It's going to
Mhm,
bounce come this way on an arc.
mhm,
The gentleman will line up. It'll stop, and he gets to hit it back. Now, these were for visually impaired people, correct, Herman? You
mhm.
said that earlier?
This is for the visually impaired to be able to play this game.
Yeah. So all of this stuff is going out the window, being that DJI is ending support, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, what's to come? I mean, this is, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
But that's what they're losing the support on those things in the sales side.
Well,
I don't
let's,
know if stop the sales on it, but so it was a nice little drone.
yeah, yeah. And the fact that they were taking them. Now, keep in mind, Tello, DJI, it wasn't just DJI. It was a company called Riser or
Rise,
Ryzen or
rise, yeah,
Rise. It was a
yeah.
company called Rise that
Mhm.
supplied the flight controller and a few other major parts
Not to
in that
be
Tello drone.
confused, not to be confused with Ryzen,
Yeah, the processors. Yeah, yeah,
but
definitely two different companies.
it's such a long way since what was that, the robotics university summer camp in China
Mm-hmm.
back in, what was that, 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then was it the RoboMaster, right? RoboMaster competitions
Mm-hmm.
in
I
2015.
remember all of that. I remember they came out with a RoboMaster V2, a
Mhm.
second version of it that was supposed to be a little more modular than the first piece.
Then there was what the Tello came out in 18. So it had a good little run. It's just that you would figure that with all the Tello was doing, that there would be a Tello 2, maybe.
Yeah. Hey Dan, how are you?
Maybe we'll see. Who knows?
Hey Herman, we got an invite to drive 2 hours down away from the South Florida drone meetup when we get down there.
Whoa, what
We,
happened?
we
Who?
got we got an invite by Dan to come hang out while we're down there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just letting you know now.
What is it?
And we got an invite to go hang out with some people, maybe
Wow.
some Rotor Riot people, FPV pilots. Who knows?
Okay.
What's up, Dan? How are you?
Any
Yeah,
chicks gonna be
original
there?
OG in the house. All right,
Huh?
what's next?
Oh, what's next? I don't know. What you got next? You got anything you want
Um,
to? I mean,
do I have anything?
no. Well, we got a couple of things. Um, you know, the new year, right? Well, for the new year, right? Everybody to here in New York. The big thing is Times Square, right?
Right, right,
Um, it's a big thing, and everybody flocks to. Well, my phone makes a lot of noise, and I didn't ask you to make that noise. Stop making it. Everyone flocks to Times Square, comes to New York. People who are in town run up there, and it's never been a thing for me, but you know, people
Happy New
see
Year, Johnny.
Happy New Year. People seem to want to do it all the time. So I don't know.
When going marvelous.
So when you look at that, um, and you say to yourself, well, the new thing now, we notice that like everybody's doing these drone shows and these drone light shows, and it's catching on.
Right.
And a lot of people on the for the New Year celebration over in South Korea, and you might have heard of this one, but they all there was supposed to be a drone light show in South Korea, right? And it was canceled 30 minutes after the new year had come. So everyone was there. They claimed it was a crowd of people of over 40,000, maybe about 40
Yeah, I have an
people.
image of the crowd here.
And it was in
Oh, sorry, got the sound.
The
Go ahead.
Busan. What happened?
You couldn't hear that anyway. Okay.
Busan, South Korea, in Gungali Beach, where I guess 40,000 people were disappointed. And one of the people who was majorly disappointed, who actually shot this picture that you're looking at, was a Twitter user known by the name as Five Signals. And Five Signals was highly disappointed because Mr. Signals, or whatever he goes by, or Five Signals or whatever, uh,
He
came
paid
from
for this
Seoul,
view.
and paid for this waterfront hotel view to see the show,
Yeah,
and was highly disappointed because he waited and waited, and when the new year came, it came and went. There was no show, and 30 minutes into the new year, they told everyone that the show was going to be canceled.
yeah.
Now, he was so upset that he reported and that he on Twitter that he had, I guess, lost sleep over all of this.
He was that upset. He paid. I understand, Herman.
That he, yeah, I'm
He was
sorry.
pissed. He paid for a hotel room, which probably was an arm and a leg, to get a view of this 2000 drone light show for
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
year,
Hmm.
right? For the new year.
And it did not go off. So apparently, from what I understand, is from reading, is that the organizers of the Gwengali Marvelous uh drone light show scrambled to put together the what was that, what they call the choreography for this thing, for a new
Yeah,
drone light show that went off the next day, or the next evening on the first.
which
So
we have footage of,
yeah, so there was actually,
FYI.
and
And
I
people are
thought that,
pissed because
yeah,
the light show didn't mean jack. This is the day after people
yeah,
left and paid to see the light show. So I
yeah.
would have been pissed off too. Now keep in mind, it was a long light show, but why do it? They had the countdown. I actually sped up past all of this because at some time and point they might try and slip in a commercial. But they had the light show the day after this guy paid for the hotel, went home. Now, keep in mind, the light show did go on, but
Mhm.
not until the next day. And people were pissed because they were there waiting for a half hour after midnight. At 12:30, they realized that there was not going to be a drone light show. They got texts and everyone received messages and stuff saying that the light show was canceled.
No light
And
show. Go home.
right. So that was the video I showed earlier of them, the people leaving. And of course, this guy tweeted, he looked down, he had one of the best views, high up on a hotel,
Hotel
looking straight
room
out over the
overlooking
water
the
like
water.
it was supposed to be. And they shit the bed. See, I knew they were going to hit me with a damn commercial. Fuckers. I'll bring it back up when the commercial's over because for some strange reason they
I
here,
understand.
stop it.
Just
Let's
download the
go
video.
here. Hold on. Go back here. Now I can bring it back up. But this was part of the drone light show. Like I said, it was a
How
long
long
light
was it?
show because it was so big.
How long was it?
But well, let's put it this way. These guys, they effed up.
Oh, look at the dragon.
I mean, people got a chance to see the show a day later if you lived in the area, but for all those tourists that came in and paid for a ticket or paid for a hotel room or paid for whatever, skip work, whatever the
Well,
hell
I
they did.
mean, he may not have been the only one that had a hotel
Oh
room, but
no.
I know
Yeah.
that this gentleman had a hotel room.
Which means there was a whole hotel full of people waiting to see this event, you know. Like I said, it was a pretty long, light show. They did good, nice. The dragon looks nice, three-dimensional. Of course, he's going to swallow the ball there, but this is taken from somebody on the ground that just happened to be out there. I think they reported we're doing a light show tonight, and people did show up, of course, but that's pretty much it. That's how it goes. So,
Okay.
um, to have a drone light show a day later, I guess is better than none.
Yeah, I
You
guess
know what
so.
I'm saying?
I mean, if it's something that you really, 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 really,
You can
really
watch it in its
see.
entirety. The reason why was the show canceled? I guess I should have been. No, they didn't. They did not go into detail. They did not go into detail except the show could had to be canceled at the last minute, and they did not notify the crowd until 30 minutes later at 12:30. Keep in mind, this was New Year's Eve. And if I put the video in the chat, you can click the link and watch it later. They actually did have a countdown, 10, 9, 8, for
Mhm.
supposed to be for the new year and all of that. And they muffed it really bad. They
How
did.
bad did they do it?
Well,
I thought it
yeah.
was terrible. Can you imagine going through that?
No. Hey, B Mac, how are you, man? Happy New Year.
Can you imagine that? You show up. And I've heard of people going to like concerts and stuff like that
Hmm.
and getting canceled, but never ever have I ever had to experience something like that, you
Me
know.
either, fortunately, but it's 6:01, so we have to get this in. Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those
Those
guys.
guys.
Stevie, I hate when I travel around the world for a drone show and they cancel
Hey,
30 minutes beforehand.
that
No, they
happened to you,
didn't.
Stevie?
They canceled it 30 minutes after. He says, I hate when they cancel 30 minutes beforehand. I was just mentioning that they canceled it afterwards.
Well, it happened they notified everyone of the cancel of it not of
Mhm.
the show being canceled
Right.
30 minutes after the new year
And
when it
I
should be
understand
going
that.
on to bring in the new year.
I understand that about drone shows because Ron and you know Ron, so Ron S. Um we went
Ooh.
to go catch the 50th anniversary drone light show
Uh,
in the Bronx because they wanted everyone at Sedgwick
right,
Avenue
right, right,
to
right,
see
right.
that show. And it was supposed to go off at a certain time and it did not go off. It did not start for like until like 20 minutes later. We were actually getting ready to leave. And then all of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute, look. And you could see the drones taking off in formation. But yeah, it happens, I guess. Unfortunately, Scott, they did not say what the reason was for the show being canceled. I'm sure it wasn't weather or anything, but things happen. Steven from the Flyby guys, he's canceled light shows until he's gotten clearance to fly and things like that. Remember Herman?
Yeah, he told me, but I'm just saying, could you just imagine being there? Like I don't know the reason. I've
Uh,
understood the reasons why Stephen has told me why.
Yeah, you're right. Stephen did tell us. I won't go into detail. You'd have to hear that from him. But Scott says, Jackrabbit says, and it was in Tom's River on the 4th. They canceled the fireworks show. Boy, were the locals mad. It was fun watching the crowd. Oh
What
no.
happened?
Oh no.
What happened?
Can you hold on for about 2 minutes, Herman?
What happened?
I need to run real quick. Pay the
Uh-oh.
water bill.
Look at that. He can't hold it.
Hey, hey, hey.
No, I'm just saying to you, I've never been to anything, a show or anything like that.
Give me a second.
No, I can't say I haven't. I can't say I haven't. I remember being at well, I won't, it's kind of hard to talk about this dude now, but I was actually at that concert where R. Kelly flipped out and said that he didn't feel safe, and they almost ruined the show. But that was a long, long time ago. No, but seriously, I've heard of these things happening, never experienced it. But I didn't know the reason for why they canceled the show. All I know is that the people were very disappointed, and no one really found out till like 30 minutes after. So that's a tough one to deal with. Does that ever happen to anybody? Go to a show and they cancel the show, and you're there, and everybody is in their seats, and then like they're just not performing. I've heard of incidents where people, the person who is headlining the show or whatever is taking like 2 hours to show up or more, and I've heard of those incidents, but never have I been involved in a cancellation. I've been in where they've had delays, but never a cancellation. What happened? Jackrabbit? No, but
I'm back. I'm
that,
sorry.
where'd you go?
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't cut the
I
camera
forgot.
back. There we go.
Oh, there you go. No, I was just saying, I was at the show when your man R. Kelly flipped out
Oh,
and said he didn't feel safe. It was at the Garden. It was a long time ago.
could you see your vantage? Could you see? Could you see from your vantage point? Scott was asking
What? When I was at the concert?
at the concert.
Oh yeah, great seats. I used to work with this guy who his wife worked for Hot 97.
Oh, so that's how you got in there,
Yeah, I got a lot of tickets that way.
huh?
I got a lot of tickets that way.
Okay, must be nice. That's what's up. There we go.
It was fun. That was back in the day.
When it was safe to go to a concert.
It might be safe to go to a concert now. It's
Good
not
night,
safe
Flying
to,
Flynn.
it might be safe to go to a concert now. It's just not safe to perform at a concert right now.
Yeah, without getting busted in the face with something, right?
No, seriously, you know you could reap havoc at a concert right now. If 50 of your best friends go to a concert with a burner phone, you could like attack
I couldn't even play my disclaimer.
the person on stage with like just start tossing your phones up there and like a machine gun fire.
Scott says Herman has connections. Could you imagine if someone said, say now, and all of a sudden a bunch of phones start. Wow.
Yeah, you see it. Like you just got one person to hit that button now on the cell phones, and
And
everybody
everyone
just
get the text.
toss the burner phones.
50 phones go. Wow. Could you imagine? I'd like to see
From
what they
like
would
all
do.
over the arena.
I'd like to see what they do about that after that. That would be crazy.
That's the new thing now. Everybody tossing phones at the guy on stage performing.
Wow. Wow. See,
Did
that's
you ever notice? But have you ever noticed how they toss them at the chicks or the women?
oh, they lob them. Yeah, yeah.
They
I get
toss them at the women, but nobody is tossing them at no at none of the hip hop concerts where dudes might have their goons there. You
yeah.
jump off stage and start hitting you with fives instead of phones. You know, fives
Yeah.
instead of
I could imagine. I could
yeah.
seriously
No
imagine.
one seems to do it at those concerts.
No. Yeah, you're right about that. You are right. You
Yeah,
know what's funny?
no. What's fun?
I'm looking at I'm always trying to fix this sound card issue. And I can hear you fine. I could hear everything fine. Zoom is fine. Stream
You're
Deck.
about to mess it up, everyone.
No, I'm not touching any buttons. I'm not. I thought I could figure something out, but obviously that wasn't it.
No, it didn't work.
No, no,
Not
that
this
didn't
time.
work. Yeah, because no matter what I do, it's not going to affect me on the microphone.
Mm.
So if I go like this, if I hit stream, you can still hear me, correct?
Hmm.
Yeah, see, and I'm looking at my sound card. I see. I don't know if there's anyone out there that knows anything about virtual audio mixers. Please hit me up on Facebook. I'm having an issue. Everything is working fine, but it's not working fine. I can't figure it out. I'm using
Oh, man.
Sonar virtual mixer. It's for gamers, but I'm using Sonar. That should go to the stream. So if I
He's
play
using
this,
sonar now. So you
nobody hears shit. I
exactly.
just can't I can't figure
So
it.
you switch from
From voice meter to Sonar.
voice mid to sonar.
Yes, 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 yes.
Now let me
So,
ask you a question.
mm-hmm.
Other than like underwater, right? This thing been working fine.
Ha ha ha. See, I can't even hit my button. You hear it in the background because it's not coming out through OBS. So it's either a Sonar OBS problem. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'll figure it out one day.
More than likely, they kind of work the same way.
Yeah. Jim's droning virtual. Just pretend it's working. Don't get cursed out for the new year, bro. I know that is funny. That's pointing up. All right.
Before long, you'll have everybody in the chat thinking that they're crazy.
Uh-huh. Could you imagine?
Yo, am I the only one that don't hear it? He says he
Right.
hears it.
Yeah. I can. I have all of this stuff here. I can even take the microphone and put it to the TV. Every button, sound effect plays right, but it's not coming out through
Oh,
OBS to you guys.
that's what it is. I hear you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm not even gonna try anymore. I've
You
done
broke it.
everything by the book.
You broke it. That's what it is.
Shit, it never worked.
You
All
know,
right, it's six.
you
Huh?
you might have threw out those that part of the instructions, and that's why it's not hooked up right.
There were no paper instructions to throw out. It was YouTube.
Okay, you
Anyway,
skipped that
how
the
was
video.
everybody's new year? I hope you got to spend time with the family and friends and everyone brought in the new year the way they wanted to bring in the new year.
Kind of, sort of,
Yeah, I kind of sort of did as well.
you know. But I'm healthy. I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm walking. I'm moving.
I did one more. I say this 2 times a year, once on my birthday and once on New Year's Eve. I made it one more time around the sun. That's how I look at it. You made it another year.
But
Your birthday is a year.
yeah, but the never mind.
And Scott says that's your problem. You did it by the book. I'm starting to believe. Roger, Happy New Year, dude.
Roger, Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
What's
Year to
going
you and
on,
Kim.
Roger?
I can't even give you a
Long,
crowd clap because
long
my
time no
sounds aren't
see,
working.
Roger. Oh man,
Happy New
how
Year.
you been, Roger? How's
Yes. Happy New Year to you as well, Kim. You guys, we missed you on the internet.
there goes Gary?
Gary went squirrel.
No, he's right there.
Oh,
Yeah, Roger. Everybody, Roger, the original.
Canadian Drone Hub.
Roger. Canadian Drone Hub.
Yeah, yeah. Good to see you, man.
Oh,
I hope all is well.
it's been
You
a minute.
guys up above Niagara Falls.
Yeah, he's up there with Gary in Canada,
Yeah,
right?
Gary, Jim's droning.
A few guys are up there.
All of the cool Canadians. I don't know any Canadians that are not cool. Jake Sloane.
I'm
Wait,
trying
Jake
to.
Sloane is where's Jake Sloane from?
He's in Alaska.
Oh, he's in Alaska, but where is he from? Does anyone know by
Alaska.
chance? I thought for some reason I thought he was in Alaska. I know, right? I thought he was Canadian or some for some reason. Warren, how are you? Happy New Year,
No, but
Warren. At Rasho.
Warren's not Canadian.
I know Warren's definitely not Canadian, but
No.
his eating habits, no, no. I've seen him put a few suggestions of in the chat, and I'm like, I'm good.
He said that stuff can't survive in the cold in Canada.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of the stuff, yeah. Oh, Jim's Droning's USA. So who's no
You got it
Jim's
all
Droning?
mixed up.
I got it. I do have it all mixed up. Never mind. Happy
Mhm.
fucking New Year. Okay. Wait
Wow,
a second.
the foul language. Ooh, listen to
I
him.
can do that this year confidently and look
Listen
you in
to
your
him.
eye and say fuck you.
Wow, the foul language.
Yes, yes, yes. I
It
that's what
might be
kind of year.
children watching the show.
Nope, it's not an 18 plus show. I'm not worried about it.
Doesn't matter. They can still watch.
If they haven't heard that word, they need to go back to school.
That's what
No
they don't
Jake.
say.
Jake is from the oh no, Jake is from the USA. Thank you, Jim Stroney.
What I said. That's what I said.
Anyway, happy New Year to everyone. Johnny Drone
I
Flyer,
mean,
the Fly
Stevie
for
might
Fun
have a
show,
Canadian.
all you guys out
Stevie
there.
might have Canadian citizenship.
Who
But
Stevie?
yeah,
As much
Stevie
as
is
he
all
travels.
over. He's multi-purpose. He's got citizenship in all these countries. Over
Yeah,
time.
right. He's got citizenship from the Bronx, definitely.
Well, that's a different place.
Oh, wait. Jim is in Canada. Jake, USA. Hold on. Jake is from Alaska. See, they don't even know. Never mind.
I already told you.
They don't know. I don't.
Listen, I know Rogers up there, and I know that Gary's up
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Exactly. Now, just remember to keep all that weather up there, even though it's supposed to
Yeah,
snow Saturday night
yeah,
into
just keep it all
Sunday,
up there. Keep it
which
all.
FYI, if it snows and the snow is crisp and we have about an inch or two, I
Mhm.
have a
You're gonna go get
car
your stuff.
calendar that I'm doing for a gentleman of his
Oh,
car.
oh,
And if
what?
it snows, the hardest shot to get is December. So
Right.
if it snows, I'll be able to get my December shot.
But that's not
Everything
a
else I'll work
December
on.
shot.
Huh?
That's not a December shot.
It will be in the calendar.
The
It'll have
January
snow.
shot.
It'll have snow though. They won't know that in the calendar.
So what are you gonna have for January?
For January, probably slush. Just but I'm working on a calendar for Jamerson and his car. He has his
Mhm.
Queen's Classic Car Club. So I threw a pitch
Yeah, I
at him.
got you.
If he puts his car in the calendar, we'll talk about it later.
Well, let me ask you a question.
So now I know if I see any other car calendars, you were
Now,
biting.
hold on a second. Hold on a second. See, his car is going to be in the calendar, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How many other cars are in this calendar?
For now, just his. Corey Mano, Happy New Year. For now,
So,
just his.
so what I'm saying is this.
Because it's gonna feature that year of car.
I,
That's why.
I totally get it.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is he's only got that one car
Yes.
in the whole calendar for 12 months.
Yes. Yes. It's a
Now,
car calendar for that
now,
specific car. Go ahead.
wait a
Go
minute.
ahead.
Is going to be other cars in this calendar?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yes. Yes. But his will be featured. Yes,
In
definitely.
December.
In December and a few other months. Everyone who has, listen,
So,
everyone,
so
no,
they
let
don't
me
have
explain.
12, so they don't have 12 people with
No,
this.
there aren't 12 separate cars. There are not 12 separate cars, but
I
for
got
everyone who has this year
I
car
got you. I
and
got
that model,
I
yes.
got you.
That's what I'm
So
working on.
they don't have 12 separate people with 12 separate cars to feature and all this guys.
No, we have about
So
six. We
he's
have
got a
about
couple of
six.
months.
We have about six.
Okay, so he's got 2 months.
Yeah, yeah.
December and when?
I haven't decided it yet, but I'm working on it. But
Okay.
if it snows, I'll be
Is
able
it
to
a
get the first
convertible?
shots this Sunday or Saturday.
Is
Huh?
it a convertible or no convertible?
No, this is a hard top.
It's a hard top. Okay.
Yes.
Is it just the car in the video or just
Oh no, 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 no.
people in the
This will be scenic. I want to catch one shot I want to catch of the car with the snow outside the garage, like the car looking out at the snow, and then I want to catch another shot of the car in the snow with the snow reflecting off of it. I got it. I got it. I got it planned.
I'm
You know
just
how they show the reflection in the car door? Well, it's so shiny. I figured I would show the snow in the car. You'll see when I do it.
I got
JDS Flying Canuck is Canadian. It's an invasion of Canadians here.
you. Well, we know JDS, yeah, but I just
Yes, we do know. Have a
you
great week
you
off to supper. Roger, please
okay,
feel free
Roger.
to join us, man. We miss you. And Happy New Year to you
Thanks
and
for
Kim,
stopping by, Roger. Happy New Year.
Canadian Drone Hub. Yes, we appreciate you.
You and Kim.
I feel honored that Roger came by and to say Happy New Year to everyone. It's nice seeing you too, man. We need you to come back, even if you just come in a few chats with people. Just ignore most of the people. Thanks, Roger, for coming in. Cardoso
Thank you,
Media is
Roger.
also
Thank you.
Canadian.
Yes.
Um, I may
Now,
have to get a
Lawrence,
refill. I don't think so. Yeah, go ahead.
um, Skyfire Consultants.
Hmm.
Their CEO, Matt, Sloane, he did a piece with, Drone Life, and he spoke on the state of the drone industry
Yeah,
and, his predictions and some of the things that he saw this year. We all saw. We reported damn near all of it. We were on top of it, and he saw he sees some of the same things that we spoke on. Well, because that was just what was in our face for the industry. But he gave his predictions for this year,
right.
and I was going through this, and I was reading, and I was checking out the piece, and he spoke on how the in 23, that the industry was transforming. The
Oh boy, was
industry,
it?
huh?
Oh boy, was it?
Yeah, because well, what it was getting ready for was what to come because we always talked about this, and remember we going all the way back to like with the symposium days and guys and some of the things that was going on and when they went from one phase to the next. So now we're in the beyond stage where we heard that we're supposed to see a lot of things happen. We're see a slow trickle of it, trickle out to the
Right.
community. And he even makes mention of that, you know, and how the slow rollout on in the industry. And
Okay.
and I just thought that a lot of the stuff that he spoke on was you know, right on time with many of the things that we speak on here because he made mention of all of the acquisitions, the mergers, and the strategic you know alliances that were made in the drone industry to get things done.
Right.
Remember when we had also spoke on this maybe over a year or so ago and talking about how the FAA had encouraged this type of things, you know, in these partnerships and stuff to get the next generation, the next phase of aviation to go
Hmm.
forth. He spoke on the successes and even some of the bankruptcies that, we saw like with Precision Hawk, you know, that was something that no one actually saw coming.
No, no, like he did say, there were a lot of companies that came up and there were a few that failed.
And some of them were giants.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, you're right.
there was a lot of, a lot of fighting back and forth and finger pointing. We saw what was that? And this is something that we still talk about. And it's something that I think we're going to continue to talk about into this new year, which is the pro-China versus anti-China faction, and how ugly that's getting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
You
something that's
guys
going
need to
to,
pay attention to what's happening in the world of drones
you know,
because
guys always say they don't want to get political, but this is something that you might have to put your feelings aside for and get involved. You know,
I agree.
I had a conversation with Tom the other day, and Tom was saying to me that looking at if you banned Chinese made drones, that would destroy 70% of the small businesses that operate in the drone space. And
Drone services in the United
and
States.
the
Yes.
reason why I say this has become important because you're looking at what we're talking about here and stuff like that. And you know, this like I said, that part of it has gotten very ugly. And we've seen a lot of things happen in the industry and moving forward with it that you talking and what he's saying that this year we look forward to this year because this is you know, the first year of a new a new drone era. Some of the things that we've already accomplished, some of the and I don't think that we're talking about things that we accomplished only big business and stuff like that, uh some of the guys that come in the chat and listen to the stream and go to other live streams have been flying drones for many, many years.
True.
And believe it or not, Lawrence always talk about collecting data, collecting data, collecting data, and there's nobody actually, specifically collecting data on you. And yes and no. Um, we've in the
Your
past
cell phone collects more data than
we've
anything.
in the past talked about the safety of the drone community and how many flights I think was released at all, how many flights DJI had released at them in Autel, how many flights within it in how many years time, successful flights without any fatality. That no, those figures were released. We had spoke on that a couple of years ago on the live stream. When those figures were released, you are being monitored and scanned. What's up, Johnny? The things that we do in this industry, we are being used as test monies, to see that certain
Of
things
course, DJI proved that long time
can,
ago.
can and cannot be done. And as you see, as the consumer and with DJI and Autel call for things, they've delivered some of these things that the consumer has called for. So going into this new era, what's to come, who's to know, what's to see, we will see. You know, I don't know.
Yes.
He mentions that he believes that you will see package delivery, but in a more sensible way and something with more realistic expectations, I should say.
Right.
More realistic expectations, and but it'll be a demand that'll be need to be met by that person who is providing that service, you know, and you know, like I said, that's who knows? But you see, here's what I meant. What I said about
Welcome, Vincent.
when I mentioned before about like banning the Chinese drones. To see, here goes a gentleman from our company who's the CEO and is giving his insight and his expertise of the
Right.
year in this field. And he's talking about that he believes we will see more microsystems. Now,
Yes.
now this is where what I'm talking about here. You're talking about drone providers offering specific services for specific markets. And this is already happening right now. And
Right.
some of these guys that are in this market are relying on these Chinese made drones because it's what they really can afford. There's some of them are small, some of these are small businesses. To ask them to spend 3 times as much to buy drones that they really don't need to do the jobs that they're doing specifically. And there are others that could benefit from it. No, I'm not going to say no, but for the average Joe, for myself, no, it doesn't make sense to me. Um, no, it doesn't make sense. Like what Lawrence just purchased there to do a couple of indoor fly-throughs and some stuff like that. Does it make sense to what other drone would be able to do that for us that is not Chinese made?
You're right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
And if
To
you say
the
Ortel, Chinese made.
United States, or just in New York, just purchased, we spoke on last week, 10, right? 10 of those lemur twos
Yes. Lemur
for
twos.
70,
Yes.
$70,000.
Mm-hmm. Just two of them.
10.
We're talking batteries,
They bought
everything,
10.
software, all of that comes
They
included.
bought 10.
Wow.
What was it? 700,000 or
700,
70,000?
700,000 it was.
700,000. 700,000. 10
700,000.
of them.
I remember that
10 of them.
specifically. That's crazy. But it also Scott Scott, what's his name? I'm sorry. It is
Sloane.
Scott. Huh?
Yeah. No, Matt.
It's Sloane, sorry. Matt
Matt
Sloane
Sloane.
did go on to say that in 2024 drone responders, okay, will double and triple down on that. So everything drone responder related will increase in that market of the drone world.
Well, you
And
talk
and I see that happening every day, believe it or
when you're
not.
talking about drones, where we're talking about drones that are delivering medical devices,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
stuff in the medical industry, life-saving materials and life-saving, bloods and blood samples and stuff like that. Sure, we know of that. That's already been going on,
We
but
saw that with COVID.
but we saw that before COVID
True, true.
because like I told you, and this is what spearheaded all of this. It was never done before, but it was the first time it was ever done was with Dr. Gwen at Wake Med with the program that he had with was it the Flight Forward probably
Mm-hmm.
when it involved with UPS and Matternet. That was the first time it was ever done. Matternet got the first airline certificate here in the United States from the FAA, the Operators and Airline. They were the first. It was Dr. Gwen spearheaded that over at WakeMed because they needed to be able to move between was that down in North Carolina to be able to move between different facilities.
Yes,
And
yes.
it expanded, the program expanded to more of their facilities. So since then, this is something that is being done in other places here in the United States. But yes, it was done over in Africa and stuff like that because Zipline and a few others were doing it. Zipline was the first ones over in Rwanda that started
Yes.
that. And
Yeah.
it's moved on. And as you mentioned, COVID, it expanded with being able to, you know, help out with the relief of COVID and when the vaccine was being forced upon people, they were actually using drones to move the vaccine to different places.
Right. Now, also he mentioned that um the FAA, the United States, would work on a Part 108 what is it?
I'm glad you mentioned that because he
This is where we're going. Yeah.
right. I'm glad you mentioned that because he's saying that he also believes, right, and saying that how um there will be more partnerships because some of these companies will realize that it's more important to be, together and then to be at odds. But he also mentioned that Congress will pass the Reauthorization Act
Mm-hmm.
that will launch the rulemaking for Part 108, and we will also be able to see beyond visual line of sight operations.
Correct. Now, for those of you, and if I can just interrupt for a
Go ahead,
second,
knock yourself out.
but stay on subject. I did not know that they were working on a Part 108. I heard talk of it
Be a
once or
bit.
twice. We may have mentioned it a few times, but
I'm gonna tell you why.
go for it.
The reason for it, and this is something that was known by everyone here, and then those who even got their Part 107 within the last year. Um, Part 107 has reached its limit.
Yes. Yep.
Um, when I say it's reached its limit, it can't go beyond. There is
Right.
nothing in the rules for Part 107 without an exemption or a waiver, I should say,
In fact, it's
to
getting to,
allow you to be able to fly beyond visual line of sight.
and I agree with you because where this is going is where you had to get a Part 107 to make money commercially, et cetera, et
And
cetera.
you still
The,
do.
right, the Part 108 is going to supersede that as far as flying beyond visual line of sight. So now not only may you have to still be a Part 107, but you may need to apply for a Part 108 if you want to work for a company that's flying drones beyond visual line of sight. No?
No, I'm not saying no. I'm
Oh,
reading the
don't
chat.
scare me like that. I'm like, wait a minute. Like I said, I did not know what Part 108 is, but I just wanted to pull this up on screen real quick, Herman, so we can stay on subject. For
What,
those
Part
of you who
108?
don't know about Part 108, you need to learn it's what's coming next. New drone regulations proposed to the FAA have to
Mm-hmm.
do with beyond visual line of sight. Okay. And this Part 107 has to deal with a lot of air and ground risk recommendations. These are all things that are going to be considered under the Part 108. Whether it will come to fruition, I do not know. The only one who knows are the people who are writing these rules, but this is stuff
Well,
that
if you
is
want
going
to
to have to
operate,
apply.
I believe that if they put this into effect, if you want to be able to operate beyond visual line of sight,
You're going to have to do
right.
go through this Part 108. And it says the FAA
And
should
not
have
only are you going to have to be knowledge bound on the subject, you're going
yes,
to
beyond
operate in
visual line of
such, you're
sight.
going to have meet a certain criteria.
Yes. So now if you're interested and you want to know or pick up a few things about Part 108, which is I have this page actually bookmarked because I have not read everything. Hey, Lake Pilot, how are you? But hey, Big Matt. Oh, where the hell is a Part 108? There's a link. This will explain what they're trying to do with a Part 108. That
Uh-huh.
link right there.
I thought we spoke about
We
Part 108
try
a
not
long
only
time
to
ago.
what happened?
I thought we spoke on Part 108 a
We
hundred
did,
times.
we did, but no one's going to go back and look at the episode. So what we're
No, I'm
doing
just
now,
saying, I thought it was mentioned for a long time, even
we
on
did mention it a
other
few times.
well, it'll be mentioned on other streams tonight later on.
Yes, yes, but for those who don't
It'll
know
be
what
mentioned.
Part 108 is, click that link. These are proposals. What they're doing is they're trying to come up with this Part 108. that deals
Mhm.
with flying beyond visual line of sight. It's the new 107.
Mhm. It's not the new 107.
It's no, no,
It's an
I'm sorry.
extension.
It's what's to come. I'm sorry. It's what's to come.
Listen, this is what I was going through with you was just some of the things that was mentioned by Matt Sloane, who happens to be the
Hey,
CEO.
Lambo.
Hey, Lambo, he's the CEO over at Skyfire Consultants. So
Yeah. But this gentleman, Matt, he's given his predictions for 2024. And I'm gonna let you know, he's in the industry, he's a business owner. Um,
and
whether
I
he
think
has the
he's
skinny
right
or
on
not,
point with this.
what happened?
I think he's right on point with it.
Yeah, yeah, no, not think. He is. He he's in the
The only
industry.
thing, the only thing that he didn't speak much on is the regulatory standards that are being developed as we go for getting the EV tolls off the ground.
Yeah, yeah, he didn't
So
go into that, but
he
his
did
predictions were
mention
pretty much on point, though.
he did mention more of a realistic version of a drone delivery.
Yeah, yeah, but he
And
did say that a
I don't
lot of, hold on, let me find the
I
part
don't
because
think the drone delivery will be much more than what you see it doing now. Uh
it's
how
exactly what you said earlier. I don't mean to repeat it, but you mentioned microsystems. There are a
Mhm.
lot of companies out there that are creating UTM software to fit into this major UTM. What he's saying is all these companies are eventually going to have to get on the same page.
Well, when you talk about microsystems, you're also mentioning like providers that are specific based to doing for different markets, different
Big
areas.
Matt, I put a link
You
for
know,
part
like
108.
we mentioned drone delivery.
Yes,
That's
yes.
one aspect.
Well, first
Um,
responders, that's another aspect.
you can also get into say like your construction videos and your construction work, your those
Yeah.
type of things. See, and that once again comes down to like when guys start talking about finding these niche or whatever you want to however you want to
A
call it.
niche. Yeah, niche.
Yeah, I find that goes out the window in the drone industry because once you start getting into working for these companies, they start asking you, can you do this? And
Oh,
can you do
stop,
that?
stop. I'm already rolling my head back. Go
Do you
ahead. I'm sorry.
can you do this? Can you do that? Because they start to learn like what the drone, some of the things that the drone can do. So there goes your niche right out the window and shit, right?
Correct.
You just came here to want to take pictures, but they want you to do more. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna pigeonhole yourself or you're gonna broaden your horizons. Come out of your
True,
comfort
true,
zone,
true,
come out of your
true.
comfort zone, fatten your wallet, or do what?
You need to be as adaptable as a chameleon in drone services, in the
I,
world of drone services. Herman and I have found it out, have found this out, and I'm going to tell you, we've done almost everything except put on the tap shoes and a top hat.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
I said everything but. I don't know what they're talking about in the chat. I've actually been in another window, but
What's going on in the chat? What
uh,
happened? I see something here going on. Lake Pilot says he was calling Gary, but
I don't know.
Gary must have said something with
Honestly
this.
couldn't
So
tell you. But getting back to Matt and his predictions for 2024,
mhm.
he's right on point.
What do you think?
Emergency response, drone deliveries. This is everything that's happening now. All of that will
Well,
tr that
most of it is happening right now.
right. But like
You
you
know?
said, he did not mention air taxis, EV tolls.
No, he didn't. But you know, I don't. You know, are we gonna really call those drones?
No, no, no.
Because they're
It
gonna have pilots in them.
You're right.
You know, that's where, I think those things scared everybody in the beginning when everybody came out and said, "Yo, what's up, Big John?" They said
Big John, what's good, man? Happy
everybody
New
came
Year.
out and said that how these things can fly autonomously. I think that's when everybody got scared and saw themselves headed down into the Hudson with that big windshield and side glass that wraps all around, and you're like pinned up against it like this as you're going down into the Hudson. No, or whatever lake is near you, lake, river, stream, or canyon is near you. You know, I think that's what they scared a lot of people with. This thing
Yeah,
is
yeah, I
fly
agree with you. I
autonomous.
agree with you.
And
I just
I don't know about you, but I'd hate to go down to the place to get on one of these things, and they got some 18-year-old kid over
see
there
you've already lost me when you said have to go down to the place.
and closing the door.
You've
when
already
you
lost me
when
where you have to go down to the place. I'm not
when you
feeling that
when
right
you
now.
okay, when you got to go down to the heliport and you got some 18-year-old kid in there locking the door behind you like it's an amusement park ride.
No, see,
This thing is
no, not
flying
cool.
autonomous.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm sorry. If you even look like you smoke pot, I'm not flying.
Oh well, shit. You might as well walk.
I'm going to be a walking ass because if I go to get on an hold on, your situation was you're going to get on an eVTOL
You
and
hear
an
this,
18-year
John?
hold on, you're going to get on an eVTOL and an 18-year-old says, "How you doing, Mr. Clark? Your ride is right here." And he goes and he says, "Don't forget your seatbelt," and he straps you and he pulls it like you're at an amusement ride, and then he locks the door and you hit go click click, and he's 17, 18 years old. I would worry about that.
But you
I would.
said, but you said you would have a problem with anybody that looks like they smoke pot. So my thing is,
I might as well walk, right? Especially in New
you
York.
might have eliminated half of New York City.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The
It
second
seems
one
like
comes in March. Wow.
that is the food of choice in New York City because everywhere you go, you smell it.
You're right.
You smell that more than you smell the restaurants.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel you. It's all I can say is right now, be ready. 2024, people are going to see shit flying in the sky.
Is it?
Down south, you're going to hear about different stories, drone related,
Well,
eVTOL. It's happening. We've been doing this for
well,
how long now, Herman? Longer than some
uh,
people have been flying drones?
well, a few years. I'm just curious to
Yeah.
know like, how far they're gonna roll out this drone delivery. I mean, it's gonna probably be in a few other
It's
places other than Lockford and a couple other spots. But
this is true. This is true.
I mean, listen, it's gonna be close to the hubs where these things are coming from. I can't see it being done without including like the likes of UPS and
Hmm.
maybe in the near future, like maybe the next 20 years or so, UPS will probably have these things like how we see uh
Well,
that guy from DHL flying back and forth to the airport. Like,
true. Yeah,
how many
yeah.
of those do they have?
I don't know, man, but
But
Herman's talking about a
I
job
can
site
see it.
that we work in Brooklyn that DHL has a air path,
Well, it's a flight
a
path.
lane over us, and every time we're flying,
It's a flight path.
aircraft approaching, and we
It's a
look up,
flight.
it's a DHL.
It's a flight path because
Yeah.
Lincoln Terrace Park, which is not too far, is a reporting station for the airport.
Off axis, Happy New Year. It's a reporting station for what?
For the airport.
Okay.
When they get to that point on the map, they have to report, you took the part 107, right? The VFR reporting station of the little flaggy on the map.
I remember well.
Okay.
The
So
little flag. Yeah, I
Right.
know.
So when the pilot gets to Lincoln Terrace Park, which happens to be one, they report there. So it's in that flight path going to where we are over in what's that? Brownsville? Yeah.
Yeah, that's in Brownsville. But
So
anyway,
it,
where we are at that job site, it's a construction site. It's going to be a 14-story building. And these helicopters come over, and the DJI is so good. Before the helicopter is even within hearing sight or eyesight, aircraft approaching, and we automatically know what it is.
so yeah, they pass by there. And
Yeah,
the
quite often.
DHL happens to have uh, a helicopter that's constantly, and it's probably not the same one,
But yeah,
but it's
yeah,
constant. And I can imagine that how that could be filled with something like that if it's a single route.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, right. Whatever it is they break down from Kennedy Airport because it's coming from that direction and they go wherever over us, but
It's
that's
either
neither here
going
nor
somewhere
there.
to a heliport in Manhattan or it's going to Jersey.
Right, like we said, they travel back and forth over this route, back and forth over this particular job site. And then now keep in mind, they do pass over 1,000 feet, 1,100 feet, 1,200 feet, 900 feet. So we're not worried about it.
You can
But
see and hear it.
right, you still see it and you hear it, and it's a concern if you're working a job site.
Now the one that I like is over in Bourne with when you get the shadows from the plane passing over.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so rare if when you fly drones, Herman, that you catch a video or something in your video or
Plane,
picture that you don't expect.
plane,
Yeah. And
say a
and the
plane.
plane route, the shadow of the plane passes exactly over the building as we're recording.
And if you wait long enough, you can see him further along in
Yeah, in the background. That is fun. That is very, very fun. But to 2024 and the drone community, for those of you who were worried whether you'd be able to fly your DJI drones here in the United States, stop worrying.
keep
They're
flying.
only talking about government and state jobs that cannot use
All right
DJI
now.
drones for now. Yes, you're right.
But
Stop. I'm,
right
I'm trying
now.
to calm him down. You're going right now. Sure, somebody's like right
No,
now.
because when you start getting into banning means you're taking not only DJI out of the hands of everyone, but you're taking Autel, all the stuff that you want to build and fly,
DJI, Autel,
all that stuff you want to build and fly, all of that stuff that's on Amazon that they can throw in the garbage, the
yeah.
Holly Stone stuff, all of that will be gone. Gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. But we're not saying worry. Lawrence and Herman said the drone community is coming to a tragic.
No,
No, we're not saying
no,
that.
keep flying. There'll be more. There'll be more. You'll see more. Don't worry
Just
about
like just like the
it.
bum,
Oh, Lawrence.
our mayor, the bum.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna
Mayor,
rant right now. But just
Mayor
like our
Bum.
mayor, the bum, who has initiated that drone law where you have to pay $150.
He has no rights to
I've been doing
$150.
research and I'm still doing it. Okay, but I'm trying to find out how many people have actually paid
But
that
you go to
100.
other live streams, people are paying it.
Yeah, I know. No, I do know people are. I showed you a guy on Facebook posted up flyers saying drone in area. What he had to do.
Know what they did?
Unfortunately, he did not respond to me because I wanted him to come on the live stream. I'm not going
Uh,
to mention your name and blow you up, but I wanted you to come on a live stream and explain the process you went through in getting a permit to fly here in New
what
York
I'd
City
like to know is
in Manhattan.
what I'd like to know is who the hell they buying lunch for with that.
The $150?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of Popeye's chicken. Yeah.
Moving right along, Lawrence.
Yes, moving along.
Drone deploy. What's new coming for this month? Last month the drone deploy had was it what they do? Well, we know who drone deploy, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in mapping, into
For those
mapping,
who don't know, there's a reality capture and drone management specialist.
I have it. I'm pulling it up now.
No, well, they gave 80 software engineers 4 days to work on a few features. Some of the features that they had there that was, I guess, that they needed to work out some kinks with. But apparently, from what I'm understanding, they created new codes for over 50 platforms and improvements.
Hmm.
Yeah, 50
That's a
platform
lot of
platform
improvements.
improvements. And if you have time to get into the top five, if you don't mind helping me out here, Lawrence, if you'd like. What was some of the top five? Well, the top five will be a new camera and auto
Rot-
rotation control.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah,
And the
I guess
second
that
one,
yeah,
yeah,
that
go
yeah, well, that'll I guess was for creating what an animation and being able to what they have, which is a turntable mode, which be able to
yes.
rotate your model in rotation. And
So
you
now,
have
so basically
mhm,
now in real time, as creating a 3D model in real time, you can rotate and move that model around,
mhm,
whereas you
mhm.
couldn't do it before. And one of the second things they've done is, and I like this,
That
this is
fly
a new
through.
fly-through mode for
Hmm.
drone videos. In other words, you create a 3D model of a mountain, a city, a building, or whatever, and you could create an immersive FPV fly-through, creating using keyframes. So if
Hmm.
you're familiar with 360 videos, in order to make that video look the way it does and transform and stuff,
And
you
this
need to
is
use
through your 3D model.
right. You need to use keyframes. And now with this new fly-through mode, you can act like you're flying FPV and fly through the 3D model, which
Hmm.
you couldn't do before.
Yeah. And you have also now a new 3D map view cube. Now, that allows you what to switch from different from different views of the from 3D what is it? From 3D mode to quick what are they saying about this thing here? Yeah, in the up, yeah, it's a little icon in the upper hand right hand corner that allows you to be able to switch your view in 3D mode quicker,
Yes,
quickly, so
yes,
you can
yes,
switch
yes,
back and forth.
yes. And then they have a new selector navigation that you can use the arrow keys to actually move around the exterior of that map. So not only can you program a fly through, but their users, or say we have a client, Herman, and they want to see this 3D map and walk through it. They
Mm-hmm.
don't have to set up keyframes or anything like that. You can use the arrow key and move through that 3D model
Mm-hmm.
using the arrow keys on your keyboard.
Which is beautiful. I always thought that they could do that already, but
You could, but from what I understand with these new updates,
mhm.
every user will be able to do this before. I think they're making it, they're simplifying it, Herman.
Okay. All right.
If that makes any sense, they're simplifying their system.
Okay.
Stevie, Happy New Year to you, man. Thank you for popping in. We appreciate you and everyone else who comes through.
Thank you, Stevie. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, man. We got to get you on here one day, man. Because you know what? Let's work something out.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna hit
Stevie.
you up,
If you
Stevie.
haven't gone anywhere, yeah, we need to have you on here one night. But we are one of the few live streams that gives our guest homework. I've heard I've heard people say, yeah, I've been on live streams, but damn, I didn't know I'd have to read.
Now you know what they have now mechanical learn applied to
Di-
they're
digital-
all digital terrain mode. So it's applied learning to the applied
And what he's saying is the machine learning mode
machine
applied
learning
to
modes.
terrain
Yeah,
modes. They have a stockpile mode. So if you
pretty much.
highlight a certain area on the 3D map, you can
Hmm.
actually use this mode to calculate. They've had this function, but they've enhanced it. You can
Hmm.
calculate an area. say you could say, okay, this is gravel,
Hmm.
and by the measurement of this particular pile of gravel, they can calculate um
Hmm.
mass. They can
Now,
calculate mass.
right, it'll
It
give
says
you
stockpile definition and calculation.
right. Basically, what it'll do is it's for those who need to know. See, I thought it did this already.
It
I
does,
guess
it did, but this is an enhancement. And
I
now they
guess
say
it's making
machine
it.
learning.
You
That
know,
means
no,
AI, Herman.
no. You know what? It's funny because we did, if I can remember correctly from the mapping course, there are certain softwares that calculate certain things differently than others. They probably simplified it and probably made it give you different calculations
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
fly.
In
But
fact, more
what I did
detail.
what right, but what I did like was number four because how you could actually move between maps in your exterior view to your you know and the different dates on your maps easier than before. And then
Right.
that
So
that
now keep in mind, DroneDeploy was doing this already, but
mhm.
because we're entering the world of AI, machine learning tells me that they're using AI right there. So they're enhancing everything that they had using AI.
Damn, Lawrence, it's about that time.
Damn, really?
Yeah,
Well, I guess it is that time. My cup runneth empty.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess with that being said, anything you want to say to the nice people
No.
drone community?
2024 is a new year. Let all that shit go and do what you do.
That's what it is.
Yep.
I like the
That's
one
how I'm
you
living.
I like the one you had last week with the okay, whatever.
What? Be safe, fly safer?
No, the
That's the usual. I didn't
no,
say
no,
that last week.
you did say that, but you said the other one before. I can't remember how you said it, but anyhow, anyway, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time with
With
those
those guys.
guys. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.